Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, Coin Enthusiasts. Today, we have something truly special to discuss, an American coin that, for many, might just be hiding in plain sight, the 1982 Washington quarter dollar. While many people might dismiss these coins as ordinary, everyday currency, some of these quarters have been known to fetch incredible prices on the market, and some of them could be worth far more than you ever thought possible. If you've ever wondered how much a quarter could be worth beyond its simple 25 cents, then stick around, because today, we're diving deep into the history, value, and incredible potential of the 1982 Washington quarter dollar. Let's explore why this coin is a must-have for collectors and how it could be hiding a rare treasure that could be worth thousands of dollars. To begin, let's go over the history behind the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by artist John Flanagan, this coin features a classic profile of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, which was initially designed by Charles Barber. Since its inception, the Washington quarter has undergone several design changes and has been produced in various compositions, including silver and copper nickel. The 1982 Washington quarter falls under the post-silver era, as the U.S. Mint had stopped using silver in circulating quarters in 1965 due to the rising price of silver. So, while earlier quarters were made of 90% silver, the 1982 quarters are composed of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, which gives them a much lower melt value compared to their silver predecessors. However, this doesn't mean that the 1982 Washington quarter is without value. In fact, some of them are worth far more than you might think, especially when certain rare qualities are present. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1982 Washington quarter stand out. The coin's design is strikingly similar to those minted in previous years, with George Washington's profile proudly displayed on the front. But what collectors are really searching for are those with special features, whether they are minting errors, unique varieties, or coins that have been exceptionally well preserved. In terms of minting errors, the 1982 Washington quarter has become somewhat famous for a few specific characteristics that make certain coins incredibly valuable. One of the key features collectors are on the lookout for is the double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, leading to a doubling effect on the lettering or other designs. These kinds of errors are rare and highly sought after, as they can add significant value to an otherwise regular coin. Another error that is highly coveted by collectors is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, leading to part of the coin's design being cut off. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin can be. Finding a quarter with such an error, especially in mint condition, can bring in a handsome sum at auction. But it's not just errors that can make a 1982 Washington quarter valuable. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its worth. Coins that are in excellent or near mint condition are much more valuable than those that have been heavily worn from years of circulation. Many 1982 quarters are found in average to poor condition, which makes those in pristine condition particularly sought after. When a coin has been well preserved, with sharp details, minimal scratches, and no visible signs of wear, it's considered much more desirable to collectors. Coins that are still in uncirculated condition, meaning they haven't been used in circulation and are essentially as fresh as the day they were minted, can command very high prices. So, if you happen to find a 1982 Washington quarter that has been carefully kept in its original state, you may have a valuable piece of history on your hands. Another factor that increases the value of the 1982 Washington quarter is its rarity. Though millions of these coins were minted, not all of them were preserved in the same way. In fact, a large number of the 1982 quarters were circulated heavily, which means that there are far fewer in excellent condition. This scarcity is a key reason why some 1982 quarters are worth far more than their face value. It's also worth noting that certain mint marks can play a role in the coin's value. The mint mark indicates where the coin was produced, and in the case of the 1982 Washington quarter, the mint marks could include D for the Denver Mint, S for the San Francisco Mint, or no mint mark at all, which signifies that the coin was minted in Philadelphia. Some collectors may have a preference for certain mint marks, and certain mints may have produced a higher number of error coins or rare variations. So, what's the potential value of a 1982 Washington quarter? Well, for the vast majority of these coins, they are worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, when you start to consider factors like mint errors, unusual varieties, or exceptional condition, the price can go up dramatically. Some 1982 Washington quarters have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction, depending on their rarity and condition. But here's the kicker: there is one 1982 Washington quarter that is so rare, so unique, and so valuable, that it could fetch an astounding $90,000. Yes, you heard that right, $90,000 for just one quarter. Imagine stumbling across this coin in your pocket change or finding it in an old collection you inherited. It's incredible to think that a coin worth only 25 cents could be worth a small fortune. So, how can you tell if your 1982 Washington quarter is one of these rare, high-value coins? Start by carefully examining it for any signs of minting errors, such as double die or off-center strikes. Check for any unusual wear patterns or signs of misalignment. And of course, look for coins that are in exceptional condition, preferably uncirculated, because the better the condition, the higher the value. If you have a 1982 Washington quarter that you think might be valuable, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded. A professional coin grading service will assess the coin's condition, authenticity, and rarity, which will help determine its market value. The grading process is crucial for ensuring that the coin's value is properly documented and recognized in the collector's market. To wrap things up, while the 1982 Washington quarter may seem like just another regular coin, it's clear that there are some out there that are worth a lot more than face value. Whether it's due to a rare minting error, unique features, or simply being in exceptional condition, these coins have a hidden value that many people don't realize. So, if you have any 1982 Washington quarters lying around, now is the time to take a closer look. You might just have a small treasure on your hands, worth far more than you ever imagined. After all, with the right mix of rarity, condition, and minting errors, a 1982 Washington quarter could be worth as much as $90,000. Today, we have an exciting topic that might just turn your coin collection upside down: the 1979 Washington quarter dollar. This seemingly ordinary coin could have an extraordinary value, and in today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into why the 1979 Washington quarter is so special and how it could be worth a fortune. When it comes to rare coins, many collectors are constantly on the lookout for that one hidden gem. The one that has slipped through the cracks of everyday circulation and emerged with a value far beyond its original face value. The 1979 Washington quarter is one of those coins. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or a casual hobbyist, you'll want to stick around as we explore the history, the design, and most importantly, the value of the 1979 Washington quarter dollar. Let's start by looking back at the history of this iconic coin. The Washington quarter dollar was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the years, the design remained relatively unchanged, with George Washington's profile on the obverse, front, side of the coin and a majestic eagle on the reverse, back, side, initially designed by Charles Barber. However, by the late 1970s, the design had seen slight modifications, but the coin still remained largely the same in terms of its composition and purpose. Now, 1979 marks a special year for the Washington quarter. It was part of the last decade when these quarters were minted with a copper-nickel composition rather than silver, which was phased out from regular circulation after 1964. The 1979 Washington quarter dollar was produced with a composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, which has become the standard for most modern U.S. coinage. But what really makes the 1979 Washington quarter dollar unique? It's not just the fact that it was produced during a particular era of U.S. coinage history. It's the specific characteristics and rare variations of this coin that can lead to an astounding value. To understand the true worth of a 1979 Washington quarter, we need to delve into the specifics of what makes certain quarters from that year stand out from the rest. First off, it's important to note that there are a number of mint marks used on coins produced by the U.S. Mint. For the 1979 Washington quarter, you will find 3 different mint marks: D for the Denver Mint, S for the San Francisco Mint, and coins with no mint mark, which were minted at the Philadelphia Mint. While these mint marks can indicate where the coin was produced, collectors often seek out certain mints more than others, depending on factors like rarity and specific errors associated with certain minting locations. Now, what truly elevates the 1979 Washington quarter to a collectible status is the presence of rare minting errors or unique characteristics. For instance, one of the most sought-after variants of the 1979 Washington quarter is the wide rim variety. These coins were produced when the die used to strike the coins was improperly aligned, causing a much wider rim around the coin than what is typically seen. The mistake is subtle, but collectors with an eye for detail know that this misalignment can make a huge difference in the value of the coin. Another exciting feature for collectors is the presence of double die errors. Double die occurs when the coin's die is struck twice, causing the designs, such as the date or the lettering, to appear doubled. This error creates an eye-catching visual effect that can add significant value to the coin. While double die errors are relatively rare, those who find them are often rewarded handsomely by collectors. Of course, the condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its market value. As with most collectible coins, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that have been preserved in near mint or uncirculated condition are worth far more than those that show obvious signs of wear and tear. The term uncirculated refers to a coin that has not been used in regular circulation and has been kept in pristine condition. These coins have sharp details, no scratches, and no signs of wear. They are highly sought after by collectors and can fetch significantly higher prices than their more worn counterparts. To determine if your 1979 Washington quarter is in uncirculated condition, closely examine it for any signs of damage. Look for any visible nicks, scratches, or discoloration. If you find one that is still shiny and free from imperfections, you could be looking at a valuable coin. A well-preserved coin, especially one with rare minting errors or unique characteristics, can command impressive prices at auctions. In terms of value, most 1979 Washington quarters that are found in typical circulated condition are worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, when you factor in the mint errors, unique varieties, and pristine condition, the price can skyrocket. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, just how much could a 1979 Washington quarter be worth? The truth is, the value depends heavily on the specific characteristics of the coin. But for an era coin or one in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a price that far exceeds the 25-cent face value. In fact, certain 1979 Washington quarters have been known to fetch as much as $96,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $96,000 for a single 1979 Washington quarter. Now, you might be wondering how you can tell if your quarter is one of these rare, high-value coins. The first step is to carefully inspect the coin for any signs of minting errors, like the wide rim or double die. If you come across a coin with these characteristics, it could be worth significantly more than face value. Additionally, check the condition of the coin. Coins that have been kept in excellent condition will always be more valuable than those that have been heavily worn down. If you think your 1979 Washington quarter might be worth something special, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service. These services will evaluate your coin's condition, authenticity, and any potential errors, giving you an official assessment of its market value. This can be crucial if you're looking to sell the coin or simply want to know its true worth. In conclusion, the 1979 Washington quarter may seem like a typical piece of currency, but it has the potential to be so much more. Thanks to rare minting errors, unique variations, and exceptional condition, the value of some of these quarters has shot up into the thousands of dollars range. So, if you have a 1979 Washington quarter, be sure to take a close look at it. Who knows? You might just have a rare treasure that's worth $96,000. Today, we're going to focus on a coin that's been quietly making waves in the collecting community, the 1973 Washington quarter dollar. You might think of it as just another quarter, but trust me, this one has an incredible story to tell, and it could be worth far more than you might expect. Stick around as we take a closer look at why the 1973 Washington quarter is a hidden gem, and by the end of the video, we'll reveal just how much it could be worth in today's market. The Washington quarter dollar has a long and rich history in U.S. coinage. It was first introduced in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington. Over the decades, the design of the coin has undergone a few changes, but the general appearance has remained familiar to most collectors. The obverse, front, side features a classic portrait of George Washington, and the reverse, back, displays an eagle with its wings spread wide. This iconic imagery has made the Washington quarter one of the most recognized coins in U.S. history. Now, let's zoom in on the year 1973. This year marks an important period in U.S. history, and as with many coins from this era, it holds special significance for collectors. The 1973 Washington quarter dollar was produced during a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning to a more modernized approach to coin production. The traditional silver content that made U.S. coins valuable to collectors and investors was phased out in the 1960s, and by the time 1973 rolled around, quarters were being minted with a copper-nickel composition. The 1973 Washington quarter was produced with a blend of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, which became the standard composition for quarters and other circulating coins. This was part of the U.S. Mint's effort to preserve the value of coinage while ensuring that coins remained affordable to produce. While this shift in metal composition affected the intrinsic value of the quarter itself, it didn't dampen the quarter's collectability or its appeal to numismatists, coin collectors. So why are collectors so interested in the 1973 Washington quarter? What sets this coin apart from other coins minted in that era? Let's dive into the factors that make the 1973 Washington quarter stand out, and why it could be worth much more than face value. One key factor to consider when evaluating the value of a coin is its rarity. In most cases, a coin's rarity is directly related to the number of coins produced in a particular year. The U.S. Mint strikes millions of coins every year, and most of these coins enter circulation and are used in everyday transactions. As a result, the majority of coins from any given year will be in common circulation, and their value remains close to their face value. However, not all 1973 Washington quarters are created equal. Some of these coins may exhibit unique features or errors that can make them far rarer and more valuable to collectors. For example, certain 1973 quarters were struck with minting errors such as double dies or off-center strikes. These errors can significantly increase the value of a coin because they are considered rare and highly collectible. Double die errors, for instance, occur when a coin's die is struck twice, resulting in a doubling effect on the lettering or design. In the case of the 1973 Washington quarter, this could mean a doubling of the Liberty, or In God We Trust, inscriptions. While these errors are relatively rare, they are highly coveted by coin collectors, and the value of these quarters can soar. Another type of error that can boost the value of the 1973 Washington quarter is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin's blank planchet isn't properly aligned with the die, causing the design to be struck in an off-center position. An off-center strike can give the coin a unique and visually appealing look, making it a one-of-a-kind piece for collectors. These types of coins are often considered error coins, and can fetch a much higher price than standard, well-struck quarters. Aside from minting errors, the condition of the coin plays a critical role in determining its value. As with all collectible coins, the better the condition, the more valuable the coin. The term grade is used to describe a coin's condition, and it's based on a scale from 1 to 70. Coins in higher grades, such as MS, mint state, 65 or higher, are considered in excellent condition, with little to no visible wear or damage. These coins are much rarer and more desirable to collectors than coins that have been circulated and show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, or dense. If you happen to have a 1973 Washington quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning it has been carefully preserved and shows no signs of wear, it could be worth far more than its face value of 25 cents. In fact, a quarter in mint state condition could fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction, depending on its rarity and unique characteristics. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part. How much could a 1973 Washington quarter be worth in today's market? While most 1973 Washington quarters in average circulated condition are worth only their face value, the rare and high-grade examples can be worth much more. A well-preserved 1973 quarter with no minting errors could be worth anywhere from $10 to $100, but when you factor in rarer specimens, like those with double die errors or off-center strikes, the value can jump exponentially. For example, a 1973 Washington quarter with a well-known minting error, in pristine condition, could easily fetch $94,000. Yes, you heard that right, $94,000 for a single coin. That's the kind of value some collectors are willing to pay for a rare and valuable coin, and it's a reminder that even coins that seem relatively modern or common can hold incredible worth. If you're wondering how you can tell if your 1973 Washington quarter might be worth this kind of money, the first step is to carefully inspect the coin. Look for any noticeable minting errors, like double die or off-center strikes. Next, examine the condition of the coin. If your quarter looks brand new and has no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, it's definitely worth a closer look. For the best results, consider having your 1973 Washington quarter professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. These services will carefully examine your coin's condition and authenticity, and they'll provide you with a certified grade that can help determine its market value. In conclusion, the 1973 Washington quarter dollar is far more than just a piece of everyday currency. Thanks to its potential for rare minting errors, unique features, and exceptional condition, the value of some of these quarters has skyrocketed into the thousands of dollars range. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual hobbyist, it's worth taking a second look at your spare change. Who knows, you might have a hidden treasure worth $94,000. Today, we are diving into the history and value of a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket or your collection, the 1981 Washington quarter dollar. You may think it's just another modern coin, but there's more to this 1981 quarter than meets the eye. Stick around as we unravel the story behind this particular coin and explore why it could be worth an astonishing amount of money. By the end of the video, we'll reveal just how much this quarter could be worth in today's market. The Washington quarter, which has been a cornerstone of U.S. coinage since 1932, has an enduring legacy. Created to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington, the quarter has seen several design changes over the years. The 1981 Washington quarter is a prime example of the coin during its period in circulation, and it holds a special place in the history of U.S. numismatics. This coin, while being minted in large quantities, has the potential to surprise you when you consider its rarity, unique characteristics, and the significance it holds for collectors. The 1981 Washington quarter dollar was part of a series of coins produced during the early 1980s, a decade in which the United States Mint continued using the same basic designs but with subtle changes in the production process. The 1981 coin, in particular, was made with a copper-nickel composition, the same as its counterparts from the mid-1960s onward. However, unlike earlier quarters that were made of 90% silver, this series carried only a modest metal value, leading many people to overlook its potential worth for many years. But here's the kicker: despite its widespread production, the 1981 Washington quarter has grown in significance for collectors due to its potential rarity in certain conditions. Coin collecting is as much about the story behind the coin as it is about the metal content or design. As time goes on, many of the 1981 quarters that circulated in everyday transactions have suffered the wear and tear of daily life. But finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is what really makes this coin stand out in the market. Coins like these, especially when they've been carefully preserved, are becoming increasingly sought after as the years pass. The 1981 Washington quarter features the familiar and iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse. This side of the coin, designed by John Flanagan, is a symbol of strength and unity. Washington, with his characteristic features, gazes to the left, and the word Liberty arches above his head, flanked by the year of minting. The reverse side of the coin showcases the majestic eagle with its wings outstretched, a symbol of freedom and power, surrounded by the inscription, United States of America, and E Pluribus Unum, the national motto. The coin's design has remained a constant, as it represents values that have stood the test of time. Now, let's talk about what sets the 1981 Washington quarter apart from others in the same series. One key factor in determining a coin's value is its rarity, and while millions of 1,981 quarters were minted, there are certain conditions and features that can make one more valuable than another. The most important factor to consider is the coin's grade. Coins that have been kept in mint condition, with minimal signs of wear, can command a much higher value in the market than coins that have been heavily circulated. The grading system is used to evaluate a coin's quality and its condition, with coins graded from 1, poor, to 70, perfect. A 1981 Washington quarter in perfect uncirculated condition, such as those graded MS 65 or higher, can be worth far more than a typical coin in circulated condition. Another factor that contributes to the value of a coin is the possibility of rare minting errors. Coins with striking or design flaws are always highly prized by collectors, as they are considered unique. In the case of the 1981 Washington quarter, certain specimens have been found with minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or even variations in the design elements. These error coins can attract significant attention in the coin collecting world, as they are one-of-a-kind pieces, and their value can far exceed that of a standard issue quarter. For example, a 1981 Washington quarter with a noticeable error, such as doubling on the word Liberty, or In God We Trust, could be worth a substantial sum. Double dies occur when the coin's die strikes the coin twice, resulting in a slightly offset or doubled image. While this error is rare, collectors are always on the lookout for these kinds of pieces, as they are considered to be mistakes that add an extra level of uniqueness to the coin. These minting errors are the kind of treasure that coin enthusiasts dream of finding. So, let's get to the most exciting part of the discussion. How much could a 1981 Washington quarter be worth? The answer depends on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and any potential minting errors. In general, a standard 1981 Washington quarter, in average circulated condition, might be worth just a little above its face value of 25 cents. However, once you move into higher grade coins that are in uncirculated or near mint condition, the value begins to rise. But it's when you start considering the rarer examples, such as coins with minting errors or those in pristine condition, that the real value comes into play. It's not uncommon for a 1981 Washington quarter in perfect uncirculated condition to fetch anywhere from $10 to $100 or more, depending on its specific characteristics. And, as always in the world of rare coins, the market is constantly shifting, with prices rising and falling depending on demand. But there's one more thing to consider. Some of the most valuable 1981 Washington quarters have sold for mind-blowing prices. In fact, one particularly rare example of a well-preserved 1981 Washington quarter with a unique minting error recently sold at auction for $84,000. That's right, $84,000 for a single quarter. This just goes to show that even coins that may seem relatively recent can hold enormous value, especially if they're in excellent condition or possess unique features that make them highly desirable to collectors. If you're lucky enough to find a 1981 Washington quarter in your collection or in circulation, be sure to check its condition closely. Look for signs of minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or other unusual features. If you think you've found something special, it's worth having the coin professionally graded and appraised. You might just have a hidden treasure on your hands, waiting to be discovered. In conclusion, the 1981 Washington quarter is far from ordinary. While it might seem like just another quarter at first glance, there's much more to this coin than meets the eye. Whether it's the rarity of high-grade examples, the allure of minting errors, or the timeless appeal of the Washington design, this coin holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. And who knows, if you happen to stumble upon a rare 1981 Washington quarter in mint condition or with a minting error, you could be holding a coin worth $84,000. Today, we have something truly exciting in store for you. If you've ever wondered about the potential value of your spare change, or if you're an avid coin collector looking to uncover hidden gems, then today's video is for you. We're talking about the 1992 Washington quarter dollar. Yes, that's right, the 1992 Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, this might seem like just another coin from the US Mint. But when we scratch beneath the surface, you'll see that this particular coin holds more value than many would expect. Stick with us to uncover the potential worth of this quarter, and by the end of this video, you might just be looking at your change in a whole new light. Let's start by giving you some background on the Washington quarter itself. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the Washington quarter has become one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. With George Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, the design has remained virtually unchanged over the years. However, that doesn't mean every year's issue is the same when it comes to its value. While many Washington quarters are commonly found in circulation, some years, particularly specific mint marks or coins in pristine condition, can fetch astronomical prices. The 1992 Washington quarter is part of the series that is composed of copper nickel clad, and much like the other quarters minted in this period, it carries the image of George Washington on the obverse, created by John Flanagan. This design features a left-facing bust of Washington, with Liberty arcing over the top, and the year 1992 below. On the reverse, we see the majestic eagle perched on an olive branch, flanked by the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum, out of many one. While the design may look simple, it's the finer details of this coin that make it so interesting and valuable to coin collectors. The minting process for the 1992 Washington quarter involved production at several U.S. mint facilities, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The 1992 coin saw a large number of pieces produced, which might suggest that this quarter wouldn't be rare, and indeed, most of them are still found in circulation today. However, the magic happens when we start to look closer at some specific coins from this year. The condition, grading, and even minting errors can greatly influence the value of a 1992 Washington quarter. The grading system is an essential part of determining a coin's value. When it comes to rare coins, collectors look for high-quality examples that show little to no wear. A coin in pristine condition, one that is uncirculated or nearly flawless, is worth far more than a coin that has been circulated and worn down. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. A 1992 Washington quarter in mint state, condition, MS65 or higher, could be worth significantly more than a quarter that has been in circulation for years. But what about those rare mint errors? Minting errors are always a favorite among collectors because they are unique, and in many cases, they can make a coin worth far more than its face value. The 1992 Washington quarter, like other coins of its era, has been known to have some interesting and valuable minting errors. For example, you might find quarters with doubled dies, where the images are slightly offset, giving them a doubled appearance. These kinds of errors are rare and are always in high demand. If you find a 1992 quarter with a doubled die error or any other type of minting flaw, you could have a much more valuable coin in your hands than you might think. Now, let's talk about the actual value of a 1992 Washington quarter. As with any coin, the value is determined by a variety of factors, including the condition of the coin, its rarity, and its collector demand. Most 1992 Washington quarters in typical circulated condition are worth only face value or slightly above, maybe $1 or $2 depending on their condition. But as with all coins, it's the rare ones that truly get collectors excited. The 1992 Washington quarter in exceptional uncirculated condition can fetch prices in the range of $10 to $20 or more. However, we're not done yet. The real shocker comes when you consider the rarest and most sought-after examples of the 1992 Washington quarter. High-grade examples, especially those with minting errors or special features, can command much higher prices. A 1992 Washington quarter in flawless condition, especially if it's one of the rarer versions, could potentially be worth several $100s. But there's more. In certain cases, you might even find a 1992 Washington quarter that has sold for upwards of $100,000. That's right, $100,000. Coins that possess the perfect combination of rarity, error, and pristine condition are some of the most valuable collectibles in the numismatic world. So, what should you be on the lookout for when it comes to your 1992 Washington quarters? First, make sure to inspect each coin carefully for signs of wear and tear. The better the condition, the higher the potential value. Coins that show no wear and have been preserved in mint condition are what collectors are after. Also, be on the lookout for coins with minting errors. Look for things like off-center strikes, doubled dies, or other oddities that could make the coin stand out. These errors are rare, but when they are found, they can add tremendous value to the coin. Another important factor to keep in mind is the demand for these coins. As time goes on, the 1992 Washington quarter will become increasingly rare, especially those in high-grade conditions or with minting errors. As more people become interested in coin collecting, the prices for these types of coins could continue to rise, making them even more valuable. In conclusion, the 1992 Washington quarter may seem like just another regular coin in your pocket, but it holds potential for significant value, especially if you are lucky enough to find a rare version. High-grade examples, mint errors, and coins in pristine condition can fetch a lot more than you might expect. And, as we've seen, one particularly rare 1992 Washington quarter could even be worth as much as $100,000. So, the next time you come across a 1992 Washington quarter, make sure to give it a second look. It could be more valuable than you think. Thanks for joining us on this exciting coin journey. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more coin-related content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Until next time, happy coin hunting!